Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to look at 5 more chilling mysteries from Antarctica that will surprise you. As always, there are myths, legends, and outright lies about Antarctica. For example, many people claim there are Nazis hiding in Antarctica, but how true is this? Let's find out. Number 5. The mysterious hole. A huge hole has appeared in the Larsen ice shelf in Antarctica. Scientists have been baffled by a gaping cavern which has formed in the Larsen Sea ice shelf, measuring a massive 16 miles long and 2 miles wide. Experts were shocked to discover the size of the chasm dubbed the elephant's footprint. It's so large it can be seen from space. While the hole isn't actually dangerous, scientists say it's impossible to predict what could happen next. They are also struggling to understand how such a huge void could just appear in the ice shelf. NASA spokesman David Cavanaugh said, "It's too big to be a lead to a subglacial lake, and it does not appear to be related to any volcanoes or geothermal activity." He added that while the region where the hole opened up had experienced a number of smaller rifts in recent years, none had been nearly so large. Professor Andy Shepard from the University of Leeds told the Daily Mail that the shelf was already under considerable stress due to global warming. He explained that although the rift is not dangerous to humans, it may well lead to the collapse of part of the ice shelf and the subsequent release of hundreds of billions of gallons of fresh water into the Southern Ocean. This would raise sea levels around the world, but he also stressed that because of the uncertainty of the situation, they can't rule out the possibility that the elephant's footprint could grow even larger. Number 4. Secret German base. As we've covered previously, there are many claims of a secret German base buried deep within the Antarctic ice. Many believe Adolf Hitler escaped to the icy continent at the end of World War II, and set up a hidden base with his top scientists and cronies where they carried out experiments for the Nazi Party. According to some reports, an entire community of Nazis is living beneath the ice to this day. These theories all started when an unknown German expedition reached Antarctica in 1938, 3 years before the war began. A German vessel named the Einsätze was spotted sailing into the Weddell Sea, but no one knows what happened to the ship after it disappeared over the horizon. Some believe it was carrying supplies and materials for the construction of the base, while others suggest it was bringing reinforcements to a base that was already in operation. Others believe the base was used for sinister scientific experiments, including human experimentation, possibly on captured Allied soldiers. And according to theories, some of these prisoners were subjected to horrific tests that left them mutated and deformed. There have also been numerous sightings of strange structures buried within the ice and hidden beneath the cover of darkness. And some believers even claim that they have heard mysterious sounds coming from within the ice that resemble drilling noises. However, despite all the speculation and theory, there is absolutely no evidence to support the claim that the Nazis ever built a base in Antarctica, or that any Nazi sympathizers have survived since the end of the Second World War. And yes, we know that Hitler died, but conspiracy theorists don't believe this. Instead, they insist the iconic leader faked his own death and fled to the frozen south with his lover, Eva Braun. Supposedly, the pair lived out the remainder of their days in an underground complex filled with gold, diamonds, and other precious artifacts that the Nazis stole during the war. Number 3. The mystery of the disappearing islands. Since 1970, Antarctica has lost 1.5 trillion gallons of ice every second. And as the ice melts, bizarre things are happening to the continent. In fact, in recent years, several islands have simply vanished from satellite images. Satellite images taken between 2009 and 2017 showed that at least 270 square miles of land had been wiped off the face of the Earth. But how is this possible? Dr. Christopher Herrig from Oregon State University says that while most of the missing land appears to have crumbled into the sea, other areas have simply been buried by rocks and dirt. He added that in some cases, it looks like the ground has literally sucked itself down into the earth. Dr. Hari said, in addition to melting away, parts of the ice sheet are collapsing, disappearing completely. Like dropping a pebble in a pond and making ripples that spread outward. So exactly what is happening here? Well, according to researchers, there are 2 main reasons why these islands are vanishing. First, the weight of the ice is slowly crushing the bedrock below it, causing the islands to sink further and further into the sea. Secondly, rising ocean levels mean that many of these islands are being steadily eroded away. Some scientists even believe that the process is speeding up and that within the next few decades, much of Antarctica could disappear beneath the waves. Number 2. Alien bases. Conspiracy theorists often claim that aliens have secret bases hidden in Antarctica. One of the most popular theories suggests that there's a giant alien research facility beneath the South Pole. Allegedly, aliens use the station to monitor humans and collect intelligence on our activities. Others believe the aliens are studying the ice itself to determine whether it contains any resources they could exploit. What's more, it's rumored that the aliens have created a massive dome-like structure that they use to beam their ships in and out of the atmosphere. Unfortunately for conspiracy theorists, there's absolutely no evidence to support any of these claims. However, when United States explorer Richard Byrd led an expedition to the South Pole in the 1930s, he did stumble across something very unusual. While flying over the continent, he spotted what appeared to be a huge metal tower sticking up out of the ice. Supposedly, the tower stretched almost 2,000 feet into the sky, roughly the height of the Empire State Building. To make matters even stranger, Byrd saw what looked like a white disc-shaped object hovering near the tower. Now, while these may seem like pretty convincing details, there's one thing that completely ruins the story. When Byrd reported his findings to the US government, they immediately dismissed him as a liar. They suggested that he was suffering from altitude sickness, which was causing him to see things that weren't really there. Number 1. Hidden pyramids. Another popular conspiracy theory claims there are pyramids hidden beneath the ice in Antarctica. This is a really bizarre idea considering pyramids are usually associated with ancient Egypt. But according to those who believe, there are dozens of pyramids scattered across the continent that date back thousands of years. Supposedly, the pyramids were once part of a great civilization that thrived in Antarctica millions of years ago. But when the climate changed, the inhabitants fled to other parts of the world, and over time, the ice slowly covered up their cities and monuments until only the pyramids were visible above the surface. Of course, there's absolutely no evidence to support these claims, and mainstream archaeologists dismiss the theory out of hand. They point out that building pyramids requires warm weather, and that Antarctica was never suitable for a great civilization. What's more, there are no human remains or artifacts on the continent that date back thousands of years. However, there is a perfectly logical explanation for the supposed pyramids. Back in the 1930s, an Italian explorer named Fernando Arrigoni claimed to have stumbled across 4 gigantic pyramid-shaped mountains while flying over Antarctica. He described them as perfect, regular pyramids with flat sides and pointed peaks. He also said that each of the pyramids was made up of several terraces and that they appeared to be thousands of years old. However, when other explorers went to the area to investigate, they found nothing but snow and ice. The truth is, it's incredibly easy to mistake ice formations for man-made structures, especially from the air. Thanks for watching. Do you think there are Nazis hiding in Antarctica? Let me know in the comments below. See you next time.